comes a time in life when you look around and wonder, what's the point? You wake up, you go through the motions, you smile when you're supposed to, you keep up appearances. But something feels hollow. Something is missing. And no one seems to talk about it. Not your friends, not your family, not your social media feed full of smiling faces and filtered happiness. This video is not about offering you a 10-step plan to find your purpose. It's not here to give you a checklist or another motivational speech that fades away 5 minutes after it ends. This is a conversation between you and a voice that may just remind you of something you've forgotten. You were not born with a pre-installed purpose. You weren't handed a mission the day you came into this world. Unlike animals, we are not just driven by survival or reproduction. We are cursed and blessed with consciousness, with the ability to think, to reflect, to ask, why am I here? And that question is both a gift and a burden. Most people never answer it. When you were a child, you didn't think in terms of productivity or achievements. You followed your curiosity. You did things because they made you feel alive. But as you grew older, that inner compass began to fade. Voices from the outside grew louder. Teachers, parents, society. They all told you what you should do, who you should become, what success looks like. And in trying to live up to those expectations, you forgot how to listen to yourself. Now here you are, scrolling, distracted, distant from yourself, looking for a sign that life is more than this endless loop of tasks, obligations, and dopamine hits. But let me ask you something. When was the last time you were truly bored? Not the kind of boredom that leads you to open another app or binge another show. I'm talking about the silence. The uncomfortable silence that creeps in when the distractions stop. Most of us avoid it. We run from it. Because in that silence, something stirs. And it's not always pleasant. It's the thoughts you've buried, the questions you've ignored, the regrets you've silenced, and maybe, just maybe, the voice that's trying to remind you who you are. You see, boredom is not the enemy. It's the gateway. In a world filled with noise, those who seek silence are the ones who find themselves. But silence takes courage. It means facing the reality that maybe, just maybe, the life you're living isn't aligned with who you truly are. And that's terrifying. Because if that's true, then what? What are you supposed to do? Quit your job? Move to the mountains? Start over? Maybe not. Maybe it's not about making a dramatic change. Maybe it's about remembering something you already knew. Your purpose isn't found, it's revealed. Slowly, quietly, over time, through trial and error, through exploration, through boredom, through solitude, through failure, and it's deeply personal. No one else can give it to you. Not your parents, not your partner, not some influencer online, because their purpose is not yours. Their favorite meal might not be yours. Their dream life might be your nightmare. And yet, we keep trying to copy-paste meaning from other people's lives into our own. That's not how this works. If you feel lost, good. That means you're no longer satisfied with autopilot. That means your soul is waking up. That means you've started to question, and questioning is the first sign of life. Don't be afraid of not knowing what to do. Be afraid of never asking the question, because those who never ask never change. Yes, the world is noisy. Yes, your attention is being hijacked. Yes, it's easier to scroll than to sit with your thoughts. But you owe it to yourself to break that cycle, to sit in the discomfort, to let the silence speak, because underneath all that static is you. The real you. And that version of you isn't lazy, isn't broken, isn't weak. It's just buried. Underneath years of noise, layers of expectation, fears, doubts, disappointments. But that version of you can still be uncovered, bit by bit, day by day, through intentional action, through asking better questions, through doing something, anything that feels aligned. Maybe it starts with writing again, or painting, or walking in silence. Maybe it's quitting something that no longer feels right, or starting something you're scared of. Maybe it's as simple as saying, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm willing to find out. That's all it takes. You don't need to see the entire map. You just need to take the next step. Life is not a blueprint. It's not a school curriculum. There is no syllabus, no grades, just moments, and how you show up for them. Purpose is not a destination, it's a direction. And you don't need to wait to feel ready. You just need to be willing. Willing to listen, willing to try, willing to fail, willing to feel. Because the truth is, most people don't find their purpose because they never slow down long enough to hear it calling. But you're different. You're here. You're listening. And that is the beginning.